today I'm reviewing the EltaMD UV Clear SPF 46. And really quick, I just want to say I purchase all these products with my own money. So if you want to help keep the channel independent, check out my products at nobsbeauty.com or click on the Amazon link below. So, I had to review this. It's kind of a cult favorite amongst a lot of people, especially those with more oily or acne-prone skin or people that are looking for a sunscreen and just haven't found one that they really like. A lot of people really like this one, so I thought I had to give it a try. Anyway, so this is a sunscreen. It comes in a clear version, and it also has a version that's a little bit tinted. The version I have is the clear version. It's a sunscreen definitely for those with oily or more breakout-prone skin. It's got both physical and chemical sunscreens in it. It's got the zinc oxide, which is 9% micronized zinc oxide. And it also contains 7.5% oxinonate, which is also a chemical sunscreen. So kind of contains a little bit of both. So if you're more somebody that likes a physical sunscreen or someone that likes a chemical sunscreen, and you're kind of hard about that, that's a line. You're only going to use physical or chemical. This might not be the best, but overall, I found it's a good combination, especially if you have oily skin or acne prone because of some of the other ingredients that they've included in here. And it's really, I would recommend. I get comments and questions, am I just asking too much from a sunscreen? I just want one that doesn't have a huge white cast, that is slightly moisturizing but not greasy, and it doesn't have a smell. This one is one of those I would recommend. If you've tried almost everything else and just not found anything else you like, this is probably one I would recommend you give a try to. So anyway, so now I'm going to let you guys know my thoughts on it based on my Sarah score scale. And my first criteria is packaging, and they've done a nice job packaging this in a pump tube. Actually, it's almost identical to the one the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Hydrating Serum comes in. It used to come in a squeeze tube, which was a little bit bigger. But now it comes in a pump bottle, which is 1.7 ounces. So overall, the pump bottle is just fine. Does a nice job protecting the ingredients from exposure to light and air, which is always a good thing. In terms of alcohol, this does not contain any denatured or drying types of alcohol, which is also a very good thing. And then this is fragrance-free, and it really has no scent to it. Might have a bit of a chemical sunscreen scent to it when you first apply it, but it dissipates immediately. So it really has no noticeable scent to it. So that's also a very good thing. In terms of the manufacturing location, this is made in the U.S., so no issues with that. Ease of use, smooths over skin very easily. I'd recommend applying it if you use a vitamin C serum in the morning, or if you use another moisturizer, applying those and applying this after those, and immediately before foundation. And it starts out kind of like it's looking like it's going to have a white cast, but once you smooth it into skin and once it absorbs, it really has barely noticeable white cast at all. You can kind of see once it kind of blends in, it pretty much is not noticeable at all. And the 9% microionized zinc is definitely a lot of zinc, but it's really, once it absorbs, it's not noticeable. Although my hands already look pretty pale to begin with, so there you go. Anyway, so very easy to use, works well over moisturizers, underneath foundation, no issues with pilling, no issues with too much fragrance, no issues with much of a noticeable white cast, and it doesn't feel greasy once it sets. It kind of sets to a satin matte finish, and so very easy to use. So about a full pump should cover your entire face, and so no pilling or anything like that. And I like the fact that it sets and doesn't feel greasy or oily, and it doesn't end up feeling greasy or oily at the end of the day either. So so there you go. For 9% zinc, it does a pretty good job without having much of a white cast. So, in terms of beneficial ingredients, it's got a lot of niacinamide, I believe 5%, which is a very good antioxidant for skin, especially if you have acne-prone or breakout-prone skin. That's going to be an ingredient that you want to look for in a lot of products. It's got vitamin E, sodium hyaluronate, lactic acid. So it's got some good beneficial ingredients. And it doesn't have a very long ingredient list either. It's right here. So for a short ingredient list, they've done a good job including some good beneficial ingredients in there, especially for those with breakout prone or oily skin. In terms of animal testing, the EltaMD brand is cruelty-free, and they are listed on PETA's cruelty-free website. So that is a very good thing as well. In terms of performance, it's definitely a winner, especially for those of you that hate sunscreens or haven't found one that's worked for you. I do recommend giving this one a try. It's a cult favorite. Yeah, so does a nice job. Oil-free, fragrance-free, alcohol-free formula. I also love that it's an SPF of 46. I recommend no lower than 30 on a daily basis. So this is a little bit above and beyond the 30 I would recommend, which is also good. And it's got the ingredients that'll protect your skin from UVA and UVB rays. So it performs nicely. I will say yesterday in Minnesota, it's finally kind of almost summer, and I was kind of red everywhere just from going in and out, but my face was perfect, so it did a good job with that. In terms of the price, this is the full size, which is 1.7 ounces, and it sells for a retail of $35. I actually got this in a Best of Derm Store kit, which cost less than $35, I believe, so it was right around there, and I got a bunch of other stuff, so yeah, so it's a little pricey, but not so much so for a more prestige brand. And to be honest, to find a good sunscreen, if you find one that works, and even if it's the most expensive product in your entire routine, it's going to be worth it because it's really the only true anti-aging product that exists. And then in terms of the it factor, I really like this one. It's definitely a winner for most people. I could say most people are really going to like it. Unless you have a very, very sensitive skin or are sensitive to certain chemical sunscreens. Yeah, so fragrance-free, alcohol-free, cruelty-free, well-packaged. They've done a very nice job with this one, and I highly recommend it if you've been trying sunscreens and haven't found one that works for you. This is one I would highly recommend you give a whirl and see what happens. So, yeah, so overall, this got a 10 out of 10. So something's either going very well right now, or I'm just being too lenient, and I don't think I'm being too lenient. I'm pretty harsh on products. So anyway, so I'm interested if you guys have a chance to try this, or if you haven't, if you've already found your HG sunscreen, leave a comment, and maybe somebody else will get some good ideas on it. So always important, probably the most important product in your entire routine is your sunscreen. So definitely, if you found an HG, leave a comment, and hopefully somebody else that hasn't found one will maybe give it a shot and love it too. So anyway, love hearing from you guys. Check out nobsbeauty.com and the Amazon link below. And thank you guys so much. I'll see you tomorrow.